In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 biggest mistakes that folks who are introverts and also musicians can often make. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete and welcome to Studio Live today, where my goal is to help you create, record and release your best music. Now, if you're an introvert, it means that you're not necessarily shy, you're not necessarily reserved and super internal, but it just means that you get your energy from yourself generally and not other people. Now, that's a totally cool thing and a very cool thing and a very common thing if you're a musician, because it can help you hyper focus in on the music that you're creating. But it does come with a few challenges, so that's why I'm going to talk about 5 mistakes I see introverts making when producing music, as well as give you tips to get past them. Now, all of these opinions are generalizations. Not many people are 100% introverted or 100% extroverted, so please take it with a grain of salt. And even better, watch my extrovert video, which is linked up the top and at the end of this one. Number 1. Introverts often care too much about what other people think. Now, me right here in a public park, I might be thinking, hey, what if someone comes up and sees what I'm doing and they don't like what I'm doing, or they ask me about what I'm doing? These are the sort of thing that introverted musicians ask about all the time, except what it does is it stops them from sharing music. It stops them from participating with other people, from collaborating, from being involved with other people when it comes to their music, which can really restrict your ability to actually grow and learn because you're not getting that feedback and that advice from others. So how to get past that? Well, it's about your comfort zone. It's about starting to branch out, and online is actually really good because you can go online with anonymous posts on things like Reddit. You can become part of groups, you can do text posts, and you can ask questions. You don't necessarily have to get out there in person or put a video camera in your face. You can still collaborate with folks and get great feedback without having to put yourself right out there. Number 2 is that introverts may not share their music enough. Now, I mention here all the time, if you've been watching this channel for a while, that sharing your music and getting feedback on your music is the number 1 way to improve. And if you are nervous about sharing your music, if you're nervous about what other people will say because you care too much about what other people think, then that can actually be a real restriction to you getting the feedback that you need. And it can also stop you from finishing songs and getting songs released and out there so that you can get feedback, learn what's working, what's not working, and implement that in your next project. How do you work on this? Again, it's about finding a community that you trust. So finding some group on Facebook or a forum on Reddit or somewhere, some group of people, and it can be one person or it can be a small group of people that you can share your music with to start with, and then broaden out your group as you continue to gain confidence in the music that you're producing. And yes, even if you want to email me, my email address is down in the description. Send me your music. Let me be the first one to listen to it, because then you'll find out that it's not so scary and that you can continue sharing your music with a wider and wider audience. The number 3 mistake that introverts make is not engaging with other people and their music. Yes, the best way to get feedback on your music and to make relationships, whether it be online or offline, is to engage with other people. And again, this doesn't have to be daunting. You don't need to go out there and be direct messaging everyone and getting into these intimate conversations. All you need to do is start on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or any of these platforms where you can jump into other people's music, and all you need to say is, hey, I dig that tune, great song. And then they may come back and ask you questions. You can create a conversation, and by doing that, you're going to make connections with people who are also creating music, who then may become that trusted network that can give you feedback on your music. The number 4 thing that introverts can do that can limit their ability to make connections with your music is to stay too far in your comfort zone, to not try new things. So there's so many different types of music, so many ways to produce, to write, to record, to release music, that you should be trying different things, because you may be a singer-songwriter, but have you ever tried making a rap song, making a punk song, playing a different instrument? These are the sort of things that you can try, and you can try your hand at, and they will actually help enhance things. So it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect at them, and that's usually the fear, is that you think, I'm not going to be good at this new thing, so therefore I'm not going to try it. Try it in the privacy of your own home. That's my tip. Don't get out there and start sharing this sort of stuff. You can just try this on your own, no risk, don't have to share with anyone else, and see what happens. You might be surprised at some of the cool things that you can do. And the fifth and final mistake I see introverts make with their music is not finishing their songs. I alluded to this back in number 1 and 2, but if you're an introvert, you are more than likely a perfectionist, or at least have perfectionistic tendencies, which mean you want things to be spot on, 100% perfect before you will actually consider the possibility of sharing with someone else. Now, that can really limit you, because what's happening is you're not learning what's working, and you're definitely not learning what's not working. You're only getting the feedback of one, and it's you. And if your you is anything like me, you're going to be your biggest critic. So get it out there to other people. What you'll find is a couple of things: that you are probably being harder on yourself than anyone, including the internet trolls, will ever be. And number 2, you're going to get so much valuable feedback that's going to help improve your songs, that the next set of songs you release are going to be even better. If you found these tips useful, whether you're an introvert, an extrovert, or somewhere in between, check out the 2 videos that I have linked right down there, and subscribe to the channel up here, because I release videos like this from time to time, and they might just give you that one little piece of information, or that little bit of motivation to get you out there creating, recording, and releasing your best music. I'll see you next time.